Yo, what's going on, boys? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another Steam video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at an iconic shotgun because the perfect Paradox Saints personal shotgun, it's finally back. So today we're going to talk about it, go over what are some of the best perks you can get on the shotgun, what are the god rolls you should be going for, and afterwards we'll just talk about what I like or dislike about the shotgun. But before we get into any of that, let's actually first talk about how to actually get this weapon. You actually get this weapon from this week's story, so just do that, and at the very end, Saint himself will give you his shotgun. And afterwards, you can focus it at failsafe, and also it can drop at the end of some of the seasonal activities. So, that's what you do if you want a couple more rolls. Now the perfect Paradox, it's a rapid fire frame shotgun, meaning that it has better ammo reserves, and it also reloads faster when the magazine is empty. Now the origin trait for this weapon is going to be casting no shadows, dealing melee damage, increases the weapon's handling, and it loads a small amount of ammo from reserves. So every time you melee something with this weapon, you're going to be loading the magazine up. This is a really good origin trait that has a lot of good synergy with a lot of melee specific builds, which is mainly what we're going to go for on this shotgun. This shotgun's going to pair up the best with a melee build for sure. Now let's actually talk about the perks that you can get on this weapon. We're going to be starting with the barrels and then moving over to the trade perks. This weapon actually has a pretty small perk pool, so there actually won't be that many choices to go through here, but we got some pretty good perks anyways. Like always, we're going to be starting off with the barrels and then afterwards moving over to the trade perks. So let's get into it and let's get started. So let's get this started off with the barrel, and for PVE, the barrel's really not going to matter. You can pretty much choose any barrel and the weapon will be good. Now if you're thinking of taking this weapon into the Crucible, then you want small bore or rifle barrel. They're both going to do pretty well and they're both going to increase the range. Now moving on to the magazine, for PVE, the best ones are definitely going to be Tactical Mag or Light Mag. They're both going to give you some extra reload speed, and that's pretty much what we're looking for. This thing has such a good magazine at base that just putting on backup mag will make you hit the cap. So for the magazine perk, well, there's definitely some better ones that increase the reload speed. Pretty much anything that you get will be good on this weapon. And if you're thinking of taking this weapon into the Crucible, then you're looking for accurate rounds, so you can get that plus 10 range. So those are the ones that I think that you should go with on your perk and your magazine. And now let's actually move on to the things that matter the most. Let's take a look at some of those trade perks. Now for the first trade perk here, we have Threat Detector, Slide Shot, Field Prep, Dual Loader, Pugilist, and lastly Threat Remover. And let's first talk about PvE. First of all, we have Threat Detector, which is going to give us a ton of handling and reload speed, and it's basically always going to be on since this weapon is shotgun. If you're going for something with Trench Barrel or want to punch, then Threat Detector is going to be really good. Now next up we have Dual Loader, which makes you reload 2 shells at a time instead of just 1, so you reload your whole magazine a little bit faster. This is also going to be pretty good since it's another thing that's also increasing your reload speed, but in a different way. But the end result is pretty much the same, you fully loading the shotgun a little faster. This perk is pretty much going to go well with anything. Any perk that you decide to go in your other column is going to be good with this one. Pretty much just like Threat Detector, it's going to be pretty good. And the last perk that I want to take a look on this weapon is going to be a Pugilist. Whenever we get some final blows with this weapon, we generate melee energy, and whenever we deal melee damage, it improves this weapon's handling. Now Pugilist is going to be pretty good with melee focused builds, which is probably what you're running if you're using the shotgun, since the origin trait is melee focus, and pretty much all the good perks on the other stuff are also melee focus. So Pugilist is going to be another solid choice, especially if you need charge melees. It's just a way to get some more charge melee energy back. So any of these 3 perks I think are going to be fantastic for PvE. You cannot go wrong with any of these. Now for the Crucible, you definitely want Slide Shot. Sliding will reload the magazine, and it will also give you increased range and stability on your next shot, improving your one-shot potential. And since this is a rapid fire frame, you can definitely use some more range. Water Detector can also work in Crucible. I definitely think that you need that range from Slide Shot on this weapon, so go with Slide Shot. Now moving on to the second perk, this is what we have. We have Trench Barrel, Swashbuckler, Opening Shot, Morphle Weapon, 1-2 Punch, and lastly we have the new perk, Barrel Constrictor. Now for PvE, the best 2 perks are without a doubt going to be 1-2 Punch and Trench Barrel. It pretty much just kind of comes down to the playstyle that you want to have with the shotgun. If you want it for your boss melting melee build, then 1-2 Punch is what you want, since you pretty much just want any shotgun with 1-2 punch when you can bring those builds. But if you actually want to use the shotgun to damage things, then you want to go with trench barrel. You trench barrel after you melee something, it'll give the shotgun 50% damage increase for the next 3 shots. So you can fire your 3 shots melee, fire your 3 shots melee, and every time you melee something, you're putting back rounds into the magazine. So as long as you're meleeing between every couple of shots, you shouldn't have to reload this weapon too often. I think where the origin trait really shines is when you're using 1-2 punch, where you're mostly punching and not shooting as much as you are with trench barrel. You can definitely see cast no shadow perks, just constantly reloading your magazine to the point where you're not really going to have to reload that often. But both of these perks are going to be fantastic for PvE, and the main ones you want to look for if you're trying to use the shotgun. Now for the Crucible, you definitely want to go opening shot for that extra range and aim assist on that first shot, improving the chances that you get somebody with that first shot. Or if not, at least hurt them a lot more, where the follow-up shot could kill them very easily. Anything else will not be as good as opening shot. Opening shot is like the best perk on this column. So those are the best perks that I think that you can get on this column. And now let's actually move on and talk about some god rolls. So the first god roll that we're taking a look at is gonna be Threat Detector plus 1-2 punch to pretty much the surprise of nobody. This is pretty much the roll that you want if you're running one of those big damage melee builds. It's gonna work very well with the origin trait, meaning that you don't really have to reload as often. But if you do end up having to reload, then you have Threat Detector giving you that increased reload speed and also the increased handling. Now for the second god roll, we're gonna have Trench Barrel plus Dual Loader. With this one, since we're gonna be shooting our weapon a lot more, we definitely want to be able to reload faster. Now with Trench Barrel, we're pretty much already maxing out our reload speed, so we don't need something like Threat Detector. So I decided to go with instead Dual Loader, so we're still reloading just as fast, but we're doing it 2 at a time. So we're actually gonna go from the shotgun beam empty to full, just crazy fast with this, so you can use your Trench Barrel some more. And lastly, the crucial one is gonna be accurate rounds, plus slide shot and opening shot. This is gonna increase our range quite a lot and make the weapon feel a little bit more consistent. Since it's a rapid fire frame, that's the main problem with them, that they don't really have too much consistency. So even a lot of time with all this range, we are still not gonna one shot some people. So always be ready for a follow-up shot, or for switching over to your weapon, or going for a follow-up melee. Whatever it is, just be ready in case you don't one shot somebody. So those are the god rolls that I think that you guys should go for, depending on what you want to do with the weapon. Let me know in the comments below what is the god roll that you're going to be going for this weapon, if you are going for one, or maybe if you already got it, let me know your god roll in the comments below. And also, if I didn't look at a perk that you think I definitely should have, let me know that in the comments below as well. So now let's actually talk a little about the shotgun, and I'm a fan of the shotgun, at least for the PvE side. For the Crucible, I'm not a really big fan of these types of shotguns. I just feel like pretty much any other shotgun is gonna beat you in a 1v1, so it's not really worth it to use this one. But for PvE, I could definitely see myself using this with some of my melee builds, especially because of just how good the origin trait actually is. As long as you're getting the punch in there every couple of shots, you're never gonna have to reload this weapon, and that's just amazing. It really makes reloading just a thing of the past, especially if you're running 1-2 punch, you're never gonna have to reload this weapon. Besides that, it's just a really good shotgun that works with the 2 main strongest shotgun perks. So I could definitely see people going for this weapon. I definitely see this becoming like my go-to kinetic shotgun in case I need a shotgun for my melee build. And that's pretty much the best you can hope for with shotguns. So it's definitely going to be a fantastic legendary shotgun for your melee builds. So if you're looking for a shotgun in the kinetic slot, definitely pay attention to the perfect pair of dots. But with that, we're going to end today's video. I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this weapon? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What is the god roll that you're going to be going for? Thank you for stopping by today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everyone, have a good rest of your day. Peace.